Guten Tag und willkommen to this half of Monka Simstrap. My name is Angel and I am the veteran simmer for this channel. Welcome to a doozy of a video. This video is like 45 minutes long. I've never dealt with anything this long before on any video programming editing software, and I've been like, oh, this is horrible. I don't ever want to do a speed build again. This is terrible. I don't like it, but here we are anyway. I always say welcome to this half of Monka Simstrap because there are actually two of us involved with this channel. It is me and my Freund, Rocco, who are joint creators, whatever, of this channel. And, well, he's been having tech issues. He's very close to uploading, and this is a great way, a great video, a great thing, I don't know, to be able to introduce him to the channel. This is a speed build, as you probably have gathered by this point, a minute in. But it's a very particular type of speed build. I built this house for Rocco. Rocco has in turn built me a house, which I will be touring and everything later, because we came up with a challenge together. It's nothing new or nothing fancy, there's nothing about it that's like groundbreaking, but I still think it's fun. We wanted to do something together. It really just happened because he wanted to build me a house, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll build you something in return. Of course, when I build something, it's never normal. I can't build anything normal. I'm not a Sims builder. I don't have a building bug, as I call it. I get the building bug, but I don't have one residing in my spirit all the time. Only sometimes I have to feel like building in order to build. In fact, I wasn't even gonna build this house. I don't even know if I should call it a house. I wasn't even gonna build this building until Rocco told me that he was finished with mine, and I was really excited to see it. And I was like, well, heck, I'm gonna build your monstrosity now. And my, oh my, is this a monstrosity? I'm just watching the video back and I'm like, oh god, I can't, I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out really good, and the final product completely gives off the vibe I wanted it to give off, but it was still, it took me like 3 or 4 hours, and I know that doesn't sound like a lot. I don't know how long it takes other people to build things, but it took a while, and I did have a floor plan for it, which made it easier, and you'll see later on when we're furnishing that it's got a lot of repetitive furnishing, but it's still, I can't build anything normal. I don't build real houses well. I can't build a house for my Sims well. I can only build goofy things. I can't do anything normal. I can only do weird things. But anyway, the challenge that Rocco and I have come up with, we are calling it the Tonal Generation Challenge. Tonal as in color tones, because the main point of this challenge is to play a family through 6 generations while slowly changing their color scheme. I built this entire structure with a particular color scheme. Rocco built my entire house with a particular color scheme. I will be creating a family to live in the house he built me that is a different color scheme than the house. I need to play that family for 6 generations in order for them to match the house's color scheme. I've lost my entire train of thought. So, how I structuring, that's not my strong suit, and why would I edit my babbling out? That's not fun. Um, so anyway, we obviously came up with some rules for our challenge, and I'll just prattle those off for you. Our building rules, in case, I don't know, maybe somebody else would want to do this challenge. I don't know, it doesn't exist anywhere other than in my notebook right now, or in this video, but if you're ever interested, I don't know, you need a real world partner, like somebody who's also playing The Sims and whatnot, in order to do this challenge. Otherwise, it's just kind of boring. It's fun. I think it's fun to exchange houses. Anyway, since not everybody has the same packs and whatnot, you're only allowed to pick 3 expansion packs to build with. Not even expansion packs, game packs, or stuff packs. You can only build with 3 packs as well as the base game. For this, I'm only using the base game, Get Together, Vampires, and Strangerville. Um, for the sake of your friend's computer, please don't build on a lot any larger than 40 by 30, which is honestly a pretty decent size in The Sims. Not I. I've been playing The Sims 4 since 2005, January 2005, and initially the really big lots gave computers like serious issues. They just, for some reason, didn't work quite right, or maybe it was just my computer. I don't know. I do remember reading that it was an issue for other people. And because of that, I do shy away from the really big lots even today. And so I was like, hey, 40 by 30, let's not go any bigger than that. So when the lot can be in a neighborhood that isn't one of those packs, like I'm building this in Glimmerbrook because I wanted to. I saw a really good 40 by 30 lot in Glimmerbrook, and I have another house in Glimmerbrook that this monstrosity fits pretty well, like architecturally and color scheme wise. It looks like it belongs together. Most of the furnishing, the floors, and the walls need to be within your chosen color scheme. You are allowed to use certain color accents. And when we're talking about color schemes, we mean the 3 main groupings of colors. Neutral colors, which are browns and blacks, grays and whites. The warm colors, which are reds, yellows, oranges, and some shades of green. And the cool colors, which are violets, indigos, blues, and some other shades of green. My color scheme was the neutral colors. I have pretty much blacks, browns, grays, white, boom, done. All those lights that are on the screen right now are literally there just because I needed to see what I was doing. It was dark in the basement. I couldn't see, so I'm like, let me just throw all these lights everywhere and go from there. They don't make it into the final. Um, my family is also using, or going to be using, I've already made them. What am I talking about? I'm going to keep it a secret from you. I have not made this family. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. No. No, I've made the family already. I haven't played them, but I've created them already, and they're already in Rocco's house. But as of recording this right now. But my chosen color scheme were the neutral color schemes, and they are living in a house that is cool colors. So it's blues, indigos, violets, and some greens. So I have these neutral Sims living in a house that is cool colored. And Rocco's chosen, I believe, are warm colors, so he has warm colored Sims living in this house. I'll talk about what the Sims mean for that in a bit. Anyway, upon receiving each other's house, you're only allowed to add 1 item to the house. This is so that like you're mainly playing with your friend's house. You're not changing what they gave you. Now, you'll see that I do a little bit of OCDing in Rocco's house. Rocco is a pretty new simmer. He got The Sims for himself for Christmas, basically, and because of that, he's still learning for the most part how to build. It's really funny. His building style and scheme right now is kind of similar to how I started building. It's very funny. I'm really excited for living in a house that looks like I could have built it like years ago. Honestly, though, his floor plan is a lot better than I could have done. My original houses were boxes with no walls. They were my favorite. But yeah, upon receiving each other's house, you can only add 1 build item. The exception to this rule is if they forgot something. Like, let's say your partner forgot to add a trash can. You need a trash can. You have to add a trash can. That's okay. But if they didn't add I don't know, let's say you're like, I want my Sims to be woodworkers, but they didn't give you a woodworking table. Well, you can't add that woodworking table unless you want that woodworking table to be your 1 item that you can add. Anything beyond that 1 item, you're not allowed to put in, because you're not. Because these are the rules that we wrote, and we're sticking to them. Other exceptions. Oh yeah, I said forgotten items. There's another exception, and that's like kids' bedrooms, because this is a legacy challenge, a type of legacy challenge, a generation challenge. There is the fact that you're going to be having children, so you can change children's bedroom. It's like you can have a kid's bedroom represent that kid and stuff like that. As long as it's within the color scheme of the house, you can do that. Um, the house must have at least half the number of bathrooms as there are bedrooms. This is just a general playing The Sims rule. Like, you need a lot of bathrooms. Especially if you've ever played the 100 Baby Challenge. Oh, lordy Lou playing a kazoo. You want to make sure you have bathrooms. um, anyway, we have gameplay rules now. So the family has to start as a young adult married couple. You can be any kind of Sims, you can have occults or not, doesn't matter, but you have to have a seeder and a birther. You have to have a sim that can get others pregnant, a seeder, and a sim that can have babies, which is a birther. This opens up the door to as many possibilities as you want. Just you have to have a seeder and a birther. The challenge has to be played on short lifespan. This was something that I threw in there because I didn't want to be spending a year and a day doing this challenge. I'm already working on the Monka Strap Legacy Challenge with Fure, and I had the 100 Baby Challenge flying around, and I'm just like, I don't need another challenge. It's going to take me 17 years to do. I don't want it. I don't want it. Short lifespan, please. And honestly, it makes it a little more fun. Like, I don't think there's any actual rules about completing aspirations or anything, or gaining skills, so there's really no reason to need all the time in the universe to do this. Blah, 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 blah. The couple has to live in the house for one game week before having kids, though. And this is a little mean because it's going to be on short lifespan. The couple has to have one child before they grow into an adult. Now you should be able to do that because it's 12 days. You have 12 days between making a sim and them growing into a full adult. So you should be able to have a baby in that time. You're allowed to wait longer if you want, but I don't know why you would. The couple needs to start out with 20,000 simoleons. So when you move them in, you gotta use the free real estate cheat, or you do the old-fashioned way. You move them into a cheap lot, you mother load it 700 times, or however many times you need, and then you plop them into the house. But then you use money, insert number here, to change it into 20,000 simoleons. They have to be in the house, the same exact house for all 6 generations, and the color scheme must match the house by those 6 generations. When we're talking about color scheme, we're talking about the Sims' hair and their clothing. Their eye color is the only exception to the rule because, like, if you create your founders with like for example, I'll give you a spoiler. My founders, the Cedar has black eyes and the birther has white eyes. So those eyes might get passed on genetically. And if that's the case, then it's never going to match the house. So that's fine. That's an exception. But hair color, there's a thing called hair dye. So you can quote dye their hair colors over time. And The Sims treats dyed hair as genetic hair. Like, as long as it's like a quote unquote natural hair color, The Sims looks at it as a genetic hair. Which bugs me a bit because that's not how genetics work, but whatever, you can use that to your favor. And their clothing, like all their clothing needs to fit whatever their color scheme is. You can play it as a matriarchy, meaning your head is a birther and it gets passed on to the birthers, or a patriarchy, meaning it gets passed on to the seeders. Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm following a patriarchy. I'm not sure which one Rocco's doing. You can use any succession method you want as long as you're consistent. So, like, don't have it be the firstborn child and then the next time the next kid, it's like, I want the youngest child to take over. Nope, it has to be the firstborn. Be consistent. Consistency is good. No cheating the family size. Only 8 Sims per house, please. And only one partner at a time may leave the house for a job. Your both partners can have a job if one of them is a freelancer, but you're only allowed one person to leave the house. This we did to make you struggle with money. Ha 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 ha. Not really. We just thought it'd be more fun to have like a stay-at-home spoof, a house spoof. Whoa. We just thought, yeah, okay, sorry, my computer screen just fell asleep, and I was like, what happened? Oh no, I'm recording. Oh no, it's fine. It just said, I'm gonna go to sleep now. Bye. It didn't actually even go to sleep, it just like the display turned off. Sorry, that. Anyway, aspiration and trait rules. I'm not gonna go on and on and on about these in particular, just because I can spell these out as we're going along. As I'm going along in each generation, I'll be like, let me reference my notebook, because I'm a handwriter. I write everything down. One of these days, I'll be showing you my Sims 2 monstrosity notes. Like, I have an entire huge pile of paper stapled together from all the notes I used to take while playing The Sims 2. It's ridiculous. But I will tell you for Gen 1, because I've already created them. So, your matriarch or patriarch for Gen 1 must have the following aspiration and traits. They must have the successful lineage aspiration. They must be a music lover, a perfectionist, and a geek. And that's it. That's it. There is nothing in any of this that has to do with completing aspirations or anything. You can complete it if you want. If you don't want, that's fine. Whatever. As long as you follow the rules, you're fine. There's a lot of flexibility in this particular challenge. Let's see. Marriage rules. This one, more or less, you have a lot of freedom. Your traditional couples, meaning a male seeder and a female birther. Your spouse of later generations can be found on the streets. Found randomly. Just grab somebody off the street. You know how it is when you're on short lifespan. You're like, I just need to get married. You, come here. I'm going to marry you. Oh, I was like staring at it. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the kids' room. Oh, that's right. It didn't start as a kids' room. Anyway, your spouses of a traditional couple can be found on the street or created in casts. Adoption is allowed if you have a male seeder and a male seeder, or if you have a female birther and a female birther. I don't even know why I'm saying male and female. That's not even. I know why I'm saying it. I'm saying it because if you're playing it like trying to follow actual biology rules, basically, like actual like a male dog and a male dog or something like that. If you're trying to do that and you're doing that, then you can adopt. But if you're doing a non-traditional couple, meaning like you have a quote male seeder and a quote female, I'm sorry, if you have a quote male birther and a quote female seeder or whatever, any of those other random combinations that you can do, it's already implied you're playing with birthings, so you can't adopt. It's no adoption for you. But your spouse probably should be created in casts to be able to follow whatever your particular playing with the gender settings. Playing with those settings, you probably should create your spouse in casts, but you're not allowed to adopt. When you create your spouse in cast, you either are going to randomize all the traits though, or you're going to randomize the aspiration. This way you're still getting a little bit of that random factor that you would if you were just finding your sim off the street. And that's all the rules that I'm going to spell out right now. Rocco will probably spell out some of the other rules, and he might repeat some of the stuff I'm saying. I don't really know. But anyway, let's talk about the build itself. Ooh, here we go. If you've been paying attention to the screen, it does say the name of the build. This is the Black Edelweiss Asylum. Technically, it's the Black Edelweiss Institution. So, Rocco built me a house. He told me he was building me a house, and he built me a house. He built me a very normal-looking house. Like I said earlier, I don't believe in normal houses. I got the idea to build this like in the middle of the night. It was like, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the morning. I was watching Mystery Science Theater 3000 and I just was hit with the I want to build the Black Edelweiss Institution. So what the heck even is the Black Edelweiss Institution? So the Black Edelweiss Institution, years ago, and I think they may even still be coming out with games, I'm not sure, I haven't kept up with it. There was a game called Sherlock Holmes: The Awakened. This was a somewhat point-and-click adventure game where you walked around as Sherlock Holmes and sometimes Dr. Watson, and you solved mysteries, and it was really excuse me, really, really fun. I loved this game. I played it through a million times. Let me tell you, I still barely understand the game. Like, not that it's like I don't know how to play it or anything. Like, it's just the story is kind of weird, so I have a hard time fully understanding and following it. The game is available on Steam. I really am tempted to buy it and play it through again. But anyway, this game is what introduced me to the horror and slight beauty and marvel that is mental institutions. Just prior to that, I was a innocent child. I was just an innocent little girl. I did not know much about this kind of stuff. And this is what introduced me to it. Straight people in straitjackets. When you're wandering around this place, you hear like screaming in the background. You hear people having fits. It's just, it's insane. Um, it's absolutely crazy. It's horrible, and it used to make my skin crawl, and I loved it. Like, I really love things that can make me nervous and scared. And it really did. And so I was very excited to when I got the idea to build this horror again. Um, and I found the map of the Black Edelweiss, like somebody had a map view of it in a walkthrough of the game, and I used that to actually build this house. I plucked it, I had it on my iPad the entire time. I was like looking down, making sure I was getting the floor plan as accurate as I could. Now there's some things that are a little changed here and there, like whatever, but it's because it's The Sims and I was dealing with a certain size. Um, I was like, well, I only have this much room, but I really wanted to use Stranger Town because it's not Stranger Town. Listen to me, Sims 2. Oh, I miss you so much, Sims 2. Strangerville had has like those like gunk stains and all this other kind of creepy science-y stuff. So I really wanted to use those in this build. Like I actually was like, ooh, get to work would be perfect. Rocco doesn't have get to work or didn't have get to work at the time. So I wouldn't have been able to use it anyway if I wanted him to be able to use the house. So I was like, oh, I gotta figure out how to do this. But I was like, vampires will be great for this, and Strangerville will be great for this. And what's the other pack I'm using? I'm using Strangerville, vampires, and oh my gosh, oh my god, Get Together. And Get Together has a lot of that old looking, that kind of what's the word, Tudor looking stuff that like the chandeliers are from Get Together, and they work really well in this kind of environment. There is not a bathroom in the actual Black Edelweiss in the game. I, not gonna lie, I put that poster on the wall specifically because I thought it kind of reminds me of like um, female sanitation products, aka pads. They look like pads, and I was just like, yep, this works perfectly for a bathroom. I was like, yes, put this in here. Um, and as you can see, like all the cells, all the rooms are exactly the same except the beds are changed. I think I did pretty good at sticking to the color scheme. This room is the labor. Is the labor? Yeah, I said that right. And I think I said it right. I could have said it wrong. I don't know. This is the only room that doesn't completely follow the color scheme, just because I wanted to throw goofy things in here, and so I have some real bright colors in here and whatnot. Excuse me. But for the most part, I followed that black, white, gray, brown color scheme. Um, Actually, it didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to furnish it, just because I was going ham with it. Like, usually I'm very meticulous about my furnishing. I'm like, I need this to be perfect. This one, I'm like, nope, put thing here, put thing here, put thing here, put thing here. And yeah, the Black Edelweiss it made me really excited and very happy to be building this place that really helped influence a lot of like my story writing and stuff like that. Um, and I think I did a pretty good job of recreating it. And I mean, maybe I'm just tooting my own horn, whatever. Like I said, I'm not much of a builder, so when I do decide to build things, I'll tend to go nuts with them. Uh, I'm not even sure if there's much more I can say at this point until we get to the grand tour of the place, because I took so long on this room and whatnot. Um, I think I'm gonna end narration right here, and then I will meet you all at the end of the video. Enjoy the rest of the speed build. howdy, y'all. I'm back for more narration. Um, we are now at the end. I have built the whole manor, and now we are also slipping into normal speed. Hey, isn't that a jump? It was going at 8 times 800. Oh my god. And now we're back to normal speed. So take a moment to feel like you have been stopped and or you took some kind of medication to slow you down while we take a grand tour of the Black Edelweiss Institution, or asylum as it is called. So here is the main lobby. It looks so nice and pretty with its nice pretty white flooring. It looks so comforting and welcoming. You have these nice beautiful windows where you can see into the indoor courtyard. Everyone who walks in the doors may have a certain impression of the Black Edelweiss. Isn't it lovely? It's so lovely. This place is very welcoming. Why am I taking so long to spin the camera? I'm angry at myself. Past self, how dare you film this so badly? There we go. We have a nice fruit bowl, the only computer in the whole building. Then we walk through this door and we enter the beautiful public restroom, where there are 3 individual toilet stalls, as well as, I believe it is 2 bath and shower combos. Very lovely, very elegant, very expensive. Oh, was that me? Did I forget something? I could have forgotten something. Ugh. I'm trying to stay in character, in narration character, but it's not working well because I was like, hang on, I need to add towels. Darn me. But anyway, here are the 3 individually stalled bath toilets, as well as the bath shower combos. We enter through this door and we have a very nice walkway with lovely fountains and plants, very well lit. We turn and here is the kitchen. Nice country industrial-ish style, the lovely icebox. A table for 6. Isn't it lovely? It's so lovely. It's lovely! We walk down the hallway and we have even more fountains, some lollipop plants. And we continue on and we turn back. We're backtracking. We're Watson walking into the indoor courtyard. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very proud of this indoor courtyard. I think it turned out absolutely gorgeous. I really love all the little mini fountains, from Get to Work, and I love the fact that I was like, llama fountain! Anyway, we leave this. This is the children's room. It is empty because there are no children yet. Oh, it's so lovely. We enter through our final door, and oh my god, where are we? There are knives on the walls. There's knives. What is this? Sad clown. Table. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is not lovely. What has happened? Oh gosh. Do we want to go downstairs? We have to go downstairs because my past self said we had to. We're going to continue on, and now we have entered the heart of the asylum, the heart of the institution. To our, oh boy, left. I don't know my left from my right. To our left, we have a prison cell. And now we have entered, here we have the patient cells. All of them are nearly identical, and we can peek in through the windows. There's a chair, a bed, a chess for one. Isn't chess for one the best? Oh, can I quote Freeman? I don't know if I can. I don't want to quote Freeman because it's Freeman's mind is not mine. But there's a great line in Freeman's mind about chess being for computers. Anyway, we go through this door and we have the patient potty. The patient potty! There are 3 individual toilets. This is for privacy reasons. The Sims will not pee in front of each other unless they've had a baby. Unless they've woohoo together. We have the showers, which, believe it or not, are some of the most expensive bath showers in the game. I was like, why is this more expensive than the vampire one? I don't understand this, but we continue on through the doorway, and there's just more cells, lots of cells. Like I said, if you're ever building a hotel in The Sims, it's actually pretty easy because you want to be consistent with every single room. It's actually really easy to just do that a lot. We have the labor, where there's all sorts of weird and odd things. This little cell is kind of a bit of a prison cell in the Sherlock game, but for our purposes, it's just a separator to more crazy weird stuff. I don't even know if any of that stuff you can actually use. I haven't I mean, I didn't play test it. I've played Sims long enough to be, and since I don't use BB Move Object, I pretty much assumed it was fine. I have this nice little toddler or child playroom with a little potty. That's not in the Sherlock game, by the way. I think that's a closet in the Sherlock game. Here we have more cells. More cells. We continue on down our hallway. We have a random woodworking table. I hate empty hallways. I was just like, I need to put something here, so I put the woodworking table. It's fine. You can build furniture with it. You can replace the poopy toilet. The poopy toilet. You can replace the not so good toilet in the prison cell with a really nice handmade toilet, as well as a nice handmade bubble bath, as opposed to any other bubble bath. I was really amazed at those sculptures that they kept changing every time I pulled one out. I was like, this is weird! But here we have, this is the classroom. It's so academic, isn't it? Nice chalkboards, real pretty artwork on the wall taken from pictures of space! There are pictures of space! We go through this door and, okay, statues. Statues, what is this? Oh, a listening device. Say what? Oh no, another floor. Where are we going? Oh, it's dark down here. What's this? Another patient potty, cobwebs, poopy bathtub, poopy toilet, cracks on the wall. What is this? I forgot the toilet roll, but I made it upside down. I made an upside down toilet roll. We have our very first room. This is the chair room. There are just chairs. Chairs. And a stool. The horror. The absolute unadulterated horror. Another stool! Not another stool! Now we have the room of all the graves. These are all the people who have passed away in the Black Edelweiss. This is my favorite room. This is the baby room. I just love the baby room. I was like, yes, three cradles, no reason, just boop, there they are. That's my absolute favorite room. This is the only normal room. It's the only room with a bed down here. Very creepy. One of the things that I think I achieved really well is the proper atmosphere of the Black Edelweiss. When I'm doing this tour, in like my spine, I have a chill going on my spine. Honestly, maybe I'm just a dork, but I really felt like I was walking in the Black Edelweiss. Like I could hear, and I can still hear Sherlock's footsteps in my head with what I did. Like not to toot my own horn, but oh, I love the knives. Knives on the wall, is a table. This just, like I said, I would have loved to use get to work stuff, but I didn't. But yeah, really, the atmosphere I think I achieved so well of this place. It's so creepy and eerie, and I just love it. I really would. I wish it wasn't so big, because I would be honestly a little bit afraid to play in this house just because it's so big. I'd be afraid for my poor computer. Is this that's the toddler room? The toddler dungeon with a hazardous waste bucket. Say what? And here we have the well, or the disposal hole. So I asked Rocco if I was allowed to use one item from another pack, and he said I could, because I was like, without the well, it's not gonna be the Black Edelweiss. Whew. Well, that is the Black Edelweiss Asylum. I'm gonna sign off now. I hope to see you in the next video. Auf Wiedersehen. Bis später.